We've got three big themes. First, Google's personal intelligence wave and what it means for teams living inside Workspace. Second, OpenAI's Codex pricing overhaul and the new pay-as-you-go model for businesses. And third, a practical playbook for picking the right AI deployment mode for your team size and budget.
And a reminder before we jump in, if you want a free AI opportunity report tailored to your specific industry, head to ai.advalorum.io. And if you want a free one-on-one strategy session with Val Kleiman and Ad Valorem team, book at tidycal.com/advalorum/AI guy. All right, let's get into it.
Theme 1. Google's March and April 2026 AI updates. The headline is that Google is moving away from chatbot in a box and toward assistant that understands your work. Their personal intelligence feature, which securely connects with your Google apps like Gmail, Drive, Calendar, and Photos, has been expanded into AI mode inside Google Search.
Translation for business owners. The interface is no longer just typing questions into a chat window. It's becoming contextual. Point your phone camera at a piece of equipment, and the assistant identifies the part and finds the manual. Show it a competitor's flyer, and it drafts a response. This is multimodal AI actually being useful in the field.
Google also expanded Search Live, which is essentially a conversational overlay on top of Google Search. You can have a back-and-forth conversation while browsing results. They rolled out Ask Maps inside Google Maps, which answers complex location-based questions conversationally. And they released a new version of Notebook LM that processes audio and video sources in addition to text. Notebook LM is the sleeper hit here. If you're a business owner who spends time reading industry reports, watching webinars, or reviewing meeting recordings, you can now dump all of that into Notebook LM and have it generate summaries, action items, and even audio overviews. It's free, it works, and almost nobody is using it.
That said, there's a real caveat. Personal intelligence is only as valuable as the data it connects to. If your Google Drive is a graveyard of files named final v3 actual final, the AI is going to surface garbage. File hygiene matters more than model sophistication. Here's a tactical fix. Create a single AI-ready folder structure. Standardize your naming conventions, use consistent date formats, put your most important documents, client files, processes, and SOPs into a clean, well-organized section of Drive. You can do this in an afternoon, and it will make every AI feature dramatically more useful. All right, theme 2, OpenAI's Codex pricing overhaul. This one matters a lot. On April 2nd, OpenAI announced that teams on ChatGPT Business and Enterprise can now add Codex-only seats with pay-as-you-go pricing. No fixed seat fee, you pay based on token consumption. GPT 5.4-mini is significantly cheaper at 75 cents input and 450 output. And GPT 5.3-Codex, specialized coding model, sits in between.
Here's the operator's rule of thumb. If your work is mostly ad hoc knowledge tasks, writing proposals, drafting customer emails, creating policy documents, per-seat subscriptions are the fastest path. But if you're processing thousands of documents, automating support tickets, or running batch operations, you need the API with pay-per-token billing, because per-seat tools aren't designed for high-volume automation. The key is measuring your actual usage before committing. And here's the strategic angle. These Codex-only seats are perfect for the SMB reality. You don't need to buy everyone a full ChatGPT seat. You want to prove ROI in one workflow first. One system integration, one report automation, one deployment pipeline. Get the Codex seats for 2 or 3 people, measure the results, then decide whether to scale.
So connecting the dots between Theme 1 and Theme 2, Google is pushing context-aware assistance inside Workspace and Search. OpenAI is pushing deeper technical automation with flexible pricing. Microsoft is doing both with Copilot inside 365. The pattern is identical across all three. AI is becoming infrastructure, not a separate product. It's rude how often the right answer in technology is clean up your filing system. But it's also good news because process improvements are within reach for any business. You don't need a machine learning team. You need a Monday afternoon. Let's get into Theme 3, the practical playbook. Step 1, choose your context hub. For most teams, that's either Google Workspace or Microsoft 365. Pick the hub where your data already lives. Don't migrate to a new platform just because one AI feature is slightly better. The switching cost will eat any productivity gains. Step 2, pick one high-frequency workflow, not 3, not 5, 1. Here are 3 that almost always matter for SMBs. Number 1, lead response and qualification, especially if leads come in through a shared inbox. Number 2, weekly reporting, if someone on your team spends hours every week compiling data from multiple sources into a summary. Number 3, invoice and expense matching, if your bookkeeper is manually reconciling documents.
Let me make this concrete with 2 examples. Example 1, a 5-person home services company using a shared Outlook inbox. Leads come in, someone manually reads each email, figures out the service request, and forwards it to the right technician. With Copilot in Outlook, you can auto-classify incoming requests, draft initial responses, and flag urgent requests. Cost: $30 per user per month for Copilot. Time saved: probably an hour or 2 per day on inbox management. Example 2, a 25-person marketing agency on Google Workspace. With personal intelligence and Gemini in Docs and Sheets, you can generate first drafts of client reports by pulling data from Sheets, summarize meeting recordings from Google Meet, and draft project briefs based on email threads. The team lead reviews and edits instead of writing from scratch. Cost: probably included in your existing Workspace subscription. Time saved: could be significant, especially on reporting days.
One more pricing nuance worth knowing: cached input tokens are dramatically cheaper across all models. If you're repeatedly sending similar prompts or working with the same code base, caching can cut your input costs by 90%. GPT 5.4 drops from $250 per million tokens to just 25 cents for cached inputs. That's a huge deal for batch processing and automated workflows.
Now, one more thing worth discussing: the model competition landscape. There are now at least 5 serious AI model providers competing for your business. OpenAI with GPT-5 series, Google with Gemini 3, Anthropic with Claude, Meta with open-source Llama models, and a growing roster of specialized vertical models for specific industries.
The reason this matters for SMBs is simple. Competition drives prices down and features up. Every quarter, you're getting more capability for less money. But it also means the best tool changes regularly. You don't need to chase every new model release like it's a sneaker drop. You need a stable workflow that can swap models underneath without breaking your process. And here's a framework for evaluating any AI tool, whether it's Codex, Copilot, Gemini, or something brand new. Ask 3 questions. First, does it integrate with the systems my team already uses, or does it require a separate workflow? Second, can I measure the output quality and the time savings within 2 weeks? And third, what happens to my data? Where does it go? Who can see it? And can I delete it if I need to? If you can't get clear answers to all 3, the tool isn't ready for your business yet. That evaluation framework is worth taping to your monitor. The AI tool market is going to get noisier every quarter. Vendors are going to promise the moon. Your job as a business operator is to be skeptical, measure everything, and only scale what works. The best AI strategy is boring but effective. Small pilots, clear metrics, gradual expansion.
And if you're on Google Workspace, go into your admin panel this week and check which Gemini features are available but not turned on. You might be surprised how much is already included that your team isn't using.
And for the love of productivity, please rename at least one file today. See you Monday.